y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before we get going on the video, y'all smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and if you want to have me hop on the panel or you want to collaborate, or if you got a breakdown prediction video you want me to shoot for you for an upcoming fight, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is the email address. Also, follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86 TV is the Twitter handle. But let's get it popping, man. Mauricio Sulaiman back on this BS, bro. The WBC back on that BS. They stay in the news and they stay making you make content on them for all the wrong reasons. So they're calling George Kambosos the undisputed champion. And now you have people running with this narrative and running with this notion like Mauricio Sulaiman is the president of boxing, bro. It's 4 major sanctioning bodies and he only president of one of them. But some would have you believe that he gets to determine what undisputed is and what is not. That ain't up to him. That's up to the fans, and that's up to boxing as a whole. But before we get it popping and break down why what he's saying about George Kambosos Jr. is bullshit and why we shouldn't take him serious, y'all be sure to check out our live show tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. I'm covering the big fights coming up this weekend, man. We're going to break down and the ins and outs, and we're going to predict the Devin Haney-Jojo Diaz fight. We're going to break down the ins and outs and predict the upcoming fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Isaac Pitbull Cruz. It's going to be a fun show tonight, so y'all be sure to tune in for that. And then also check me and my singing OG KQKC Boxing Network out. We'll be live on my platform this Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get to it, man. So, Mauricio Sulaiman has came out and congratulated George Kambosos on becoming undisputed. He said the same things about Teofimo Lopez. And the argument remains the same and the energy remains the same. Listen, man. George Kambosos, in order to, if he's cool with the Mauricio Sulaiman WBC undisputed, that's on him. It doesn't seem like he's cool with it because he's already said he's going to Las Vegas for this Devin Haney-Jojo Diaz fight and he wants the winner. So, George Kambosos, this is no fault to his own. And I ain't got no hate for him, no shade for him. Great job what you did last week, my brother. From Australia, you did a wonderful thing. But to a boxing enthusiast such as myself, and to many boxing fans, and to the other 3 sanctioning bodies, so 75% of the major sanctioning bodies do not call George Kambosos undisputed. You can go look at the IBF, you can go look at the WBA, you can go look at the WBO. They all recognize Devin Haney as the WBC champion. The only sanctioning body, or the only sanctioning body president that's calling George Kambosos undisputed is the same sanctioning body, and it's the same sanctioning body president that was calling Teofimo Lopez undisputed. And if you want to take them serious, right? If you want to hold their word its weight, I would just caution you and I would say my point to you would be to try to get you to see this is the same sanctioning body that had a fighter, had a champion in their sanctioning body test positive for a PED, for a banned substance. I'm talking about Oscar Valdez, tested positive for fentanyl as part of the WBC's clean boxing program. Run and tested by VADA. That's who they use. The WBC changed their rules in their own clean boxing program, changed their rules and changed their policies just so that Oscar Valdez can retain his belt and continue to fight as a champion within their sanctioning body. They changed all of their rules just to appease him, right? So they're telling you that they don't believe in their own selves. They don't believe that their rules mean anything. So if their rules don't mean anything to them, or what they say about, oh, we want to clean up the sport, we're doing the clean boxing program, we want to clean up the sport, we don't want any fighters testing positive for PEDs, it's very serious, and we don't want anyone to get hurt. If they'll say all of that, but then have a fighter test positive and do nothing about it, that's somebody that I just choose not to take serious. That's just what it is, and that's how it's gonna always be with me until they clean up their act. So if they'll do that in one breath, then in the next breath they cause all this confusion. And instead, it seems like they like confusion over there because it's a simple way to clear it up. We don't even have to worry about who George Kambosos is fighting next. We don't have to worry about that. All the WBC has to do is say, look, we're mandating George Kambosos to fight Devin Haney so we can clear up the lightweight division. We're going to mandate this fight so we can only have one champion in the lightweight division, and in turn, we'll see who the undisputed champion and the king of the division is. They could order that shit yesterday, bro. They could order that yesterday and put Kambosos and Haney in a position of where they either got to vacate the belt or they got to fight each other. They can make them negotiate on the fight right now so we don't have to worry about what George Kambosos is going to do. That's what a sanctioning body is supposed to do. They're supposed to take it out of the fighter's hands for the greater good of boxing. But let's take it a step further. When you look at the other 6 undisputed champions that have come in this 4-belt era, I don't know all of them off the top of my head, but I know Alexander Usyk was an undisputed champion down at cruiserweight. I know that Clarissa Shields is a 2-time undisputed champion in women's boxing. I know that Josh Taylor is an undisputed champion at 140 pounds. I know that Jermaine Taylor was an undisputed champion during his time. I know that none of those fighters had the belt that George Kambosos has. I know that all of those fighters happen to have the belt, one's from the past and one that are active right now. They have the belt that Devin Haney has. I know that Josh Taylor himself, an undisputed champion. I mean, if you don't want to listen to me, right? If you don't want to listen to me, I know that Josh Taylor, he would know more about being undisputed than 99.99999% of y'all watching this video, unless your name is Clarissa Shields, Canelo Alvarez, or Jermaine Taylor. You know, unless you one of them, or Alexander Usyk, unless you one of them, if you watching this video, Josh Taylor knows more about undisputed than you'll ever know, because he's undisputed. So I would think he would know what an undisputed champion looks like, and he was going in on Teofimo Lopez for the longest, saying he had unfinished business. That if he wanted to truly be undisputed how he is, and he wanted to have a battle of the undisputed, he had to clean up what's going on with him and Devin Haney. And so that same logic and that same responsibility transfers over, in my opinion, to George Ferocious Kambosos. For us to get clarity in the lightweight divisions, for fans to not be able to argue anything, no matter whose side you on. You understand? If you're on the George Kambosos side, if you're on the Mauricio Sulaiman side, I don't know why you would be on the Mauricio Sulaiman and WBC side, but if that's the side that you on, right? Everybody shut up if Kambosos just beat Devin Haney. And vice versa. If you're on the Devin Haney side and you consider him the true WBC champion, everybody shut up once him and George Kambosos fight. And I believe George Kambosos, he has earned some things now. He's earned a side. I feel like if he want to have a fight in Australia, whoever fights him should have the fight in Australia. That man came over here. He saw. He conquered. He don't even call himself the king. He call himself the emperor. He went into Teofimo Lopez's city. Forget his state. Forget his country. He went into Teofimo Lopez's city. Took his belts up off of him. And he waited a year. He couldn't go home for a year. So if he, as the unified champion, if he says, hey, look, man, I'm going to fight XYZ, whether it's Tank Davis, whether it's Devin Haney, whoever it is, if he say, look, you want a shot at me, you want a shot at these titles, I won't be able to train at home. Okay? You're going to have to come across that ocean. You're going to have to come see me in the Outback, bro. You got to come see me in the Outback, mate. You know what I'm saying? If that's what he want, then people should have to do that. And if that's a sticking point for anybody, I don't care who it is, bro. If that's a sticking point for anybody, I'm on George Kambosos' side. If any fighter at lightweight, I don't care who it is, you name him. Name your favorite, bro. If it's Devin Haney, if it's Tank Davis, if George Kambosos, if his team, if Tank Davis, if his team, if Devin Haney, if they say, look, man, the sticking point, we wanted to get the deal done, we wanted to get the fight done, but we just didn't want to go to Australia. I'm blaming the other fighter, bro. George Kambosos has earned that much. But what he ain't is undisputed, bro. That's what he ain't. He should get the most money he's ever fought, multi-millions of dollars for whatever his next fight is, and he should be able to fight in his home country. Because he done came over here and he done took the belts off of the American champion. So whoever go over there to try to take his belts gotta go see him in Australia. My preference again, and I'll let y'all get out of here, I want the Devin Haney fight. I want clarity in the lightweight division. I didn't care if it was Devin Haney versus Teofimo, Devin Haney versus George Kambosos. If we don't get Devin Haney versus Kambosos next, and it's Tank Davis versus Kambosos, or Isaac Cruz versus Kambosos, or JoJo Diaz versus Kambosos, whoever wins this weekend, if they fight Kambosos, I want the other winner to fight them, and vice versa. Like, I just want some clarity, bro. I want to know who the best is. I got an idea. I think I know. I think I know who beats everybody, but I ain't for certain. The only way I'll be for certain is if we get to see the fights we want to see. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts, man. Y'all comment down below, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with everybody on your social media platforms. Hit me up if you got a prediction video or a breakdown video you want me to do. Come check out our live show tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. We're gonna be going live. We're gonna be discussing everything with the Devin Haney-Jojo Diaz fight, including breaking down and predicting the fight. And we're gonna be discussing everything with the Gervonta Davis and Isaac Pitbull Cruz fight. And again, breaking down and predicting that fight. So y'all come join us for a fun night of boxing talk. But I appreciate everybody watching the video. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.